When we were younger, we would always wait for the new toy releases. We would always wait on advertisements and ask our parents for the latest toys in the market. As we grow older, we wait for movies, overanalyzing every trailer to think about the plot of the movie. And look at us now. We are awaiting updates on new blockchain just to know when we get to invest and make returns on our investments. Welcome to Crypto Cash Out, the place to be when you want updates on your favorite crypto and gather information about them so that you will be better equipped when researching about the market. Remember that we are not financial experts nor are we advisors, which only means one thing. What we say in this video should not be taken as financial advice. What we can advise you on though is for you to do additional research after this video. You're going to need it. Now, if you have been following the crypto news lately, then Pi Network might be a familiar sound to you. It has been hyped by a lot of people and each day, more and more people are trying to learn more about it. If you are quite unfamiliar with it, don't worry, we have you covered. It is developed by a group of Stanford University graduates, and it is a project that is aimed to keep the next generation of cryptocurrency be accessible through mining for new users that are entertaining the scene. It started way back in 2019 with its first phase of the plan. The thing with Pi Network is that you can mine for coins even when you're on your phone. You don't even have to stay on your phone all the time. How the Pi Network gives its users some rewards for staying in the game and continually mining. In the Pi Network, mining is done easier and more eco-friendly when compared to bigger names in the crypto space. Users can do mining while the app developed is closed or used in the background. This gives a healthier battery life for users, which is environmentally friendly. However, despite all the mining being done on the platform, there is still no sure promise that people can cash in on the assets they have mined. The developers promise that once they hit 25 million users, they will release the third and final phase. After months of mining and waiting, Pi Network finally reached its goal of having 25 million users in September 2021 and announced its much-awaited release. And after months and months of waiting, there hasn't been an update on the release. However, in January, they released a video where some of the founders answer the frequently asked questions and talk about what people can expect with the mainnet. In this video, we will talk about the video and try our best to summarize what they talk about so that it will be much easier for us to understand. Now, because Pi Network is a mining network where you mine to earn coins, many people wonder how much of the total supply is there left for mining. Initially, there were rumors that there will be a total of over 100 billion coins available for mining. In the video, however, they finally revealed what the total supply will be, and it's in the white paper. Lucky for you, we did our own additional research and we found out that the total supply will be dependent on how many members there are in the network. This means that more people join the network, the more tokens will be minted for us to collect. There are also Pi tokens that are being locked up, and according to them, the lock-up balance will be recirculated in the future. In fact, the locked-up balance will be included in the circulating supply. In addition to this, pioneers will be able to see how long the lockup of the tokens will be. According to the moderators, there is a list containing information about the lockups and when they are set to expire. Moreover, you can also see the circulation method being done to determine the lockup booster. Now, let's talk about the KYCs and the money transfer function in the network. Now, in the video, they really love talking about this button that you press. It is safe to assume that this button is used when you want to confirm your transfer in the network, since it is usually stated in the same sentence with the transfer. When you press the button, the token migration will start and the transfer will be based on your current local setting. You can change the local setting all you want before making the transfer. When making transactions, you will be notified of the changes in the balance in your account, especially if you use the Pi browser to do your mining. However, if you want to have multiple wallets and multiple accounts, this feature will not be so favorable to you. The moderators mentioned that the notifications will only be sent to one account, so it will be best if you just do transactions on one account. In addition to this, when you decide to move your balance to a new wallet, you can still transfer and get your balance even if you forgot your private key. Private keys are passwords that secures cryptocurrencies that are held by cryptographic wallets identified by a publicly accessible address. The private keys work as a virtual proof that a transaction has been made and is near impossible to recreate. Pi Network will have a confirmation of ownership, so you don't have to worry too much. However, you just have to wait a week before pressing the button to transfer the balance. In the network, they also have this group of people called the Validators. The Validators play somewhat an economic game where they try to prove their merit when trying to add transactions to the record. To be a validator, one must solve a series of complex puzzles, and when they solve the puzzle first, they are rewarded accordingly by allowing them to mine a block reward. The reward is usually determined by the moderators. The amount will be based again on the amount of people participating in the game. Pioneers must pay 1 pi in order to pay for their KYC process and will cover the labor done by the validators. There are a couple of validators that the algorithm chooses. Going back to becoming a validator, you must present an ID of your home country. You must also send a picture that will determine that you are truly the person in the ID. The network and developers will be the final judgment if they allow you to be one of the human validators in the network. But don't you worry about privacy, as the Pi network will ensure that your information will stay hidden from the public. The people who are reviewing the applications will make sure that they will only view the necessities and will cover up the picture and private information to the public. After that, when the validators are chosen, they will go through a series of lectures on what they are supposed to do, followed by a testing period. When the validators are verified, they can head on to this process. However, if they are not, they will be excluded from the KYC findings. The results of their training will be verified by an algorithm that will choose the best of the bunch. In addition to this, validators are also expected to obtain the Pi they work on, but it will take a lot of time to understand the mechanics of how much they will be paid. What we mean by this is that the work they do will determine how much Pi they will be paid. Just a heads up too, it is reported that they will allow minors to become validators, but of course, a parent's consent is required to do so. They will also need to wait once the master KYC is completed before applying it to make it easier for moderators to verify and preview the bonus calculator. Of course, there are a lot more things that they talk about validators in the video, but if we talk about them too, it will take more time and the summary video will be longer than the 23-minute video. There are a lot more things to talk about with validators, but these are just some of the things we found interesting about what they said. Another thing to be excited about the release of Pi Network is the release of their barter and shopping D apps in the mainnet. However, there will be a little time for you to wait on it because the release date will be dependent on how fast Pi and people will able to migrate to the mainnet. Despite the waiting time, the founders and developers really want to support the marketplaces in the network, especially if they are dedicated to providing scalable services in the network. And to ensure further safety and user-friendliness of the network, Pi networks allow people to report marketplaces that are proved to be scams. When proven guilty, they will be removed in the browser. This is great not only for the community but also the ecosystem as well. Before we end the video, we would just like to say that Pi Network is one of the most hyped projects in crypto in the last couple of years. People have been waiting for the official release of the mainnet, and people want to see what Pi Network will offer for the industry as a whole. While you are waiting for the release of Pi Network mainnet, you might as well subscribe to our channel, right? I mean, not only can you learn more about new crypto, but you also get to be updated as to when the mainnet will be released in the future, so go ahead and subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Comment down below your thoughts about Pi Network for the chance at a shoutout giveaway in the next video. Speaking of videos, we talked about VVS Finance in a previous video, so go check it out if you haven't yet. Again, thanks for watching. Stay safe and have fun cashing out.